Yo, salute. Good morning, everyone. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks follow-up post-game morning show. You can't take the heat. Stay out the kitchen. We got to get into it, man. Knicks Miami down last night down in Miami, man. Knicks get a 110-96 blowout. First unit not competitive. We're gonna get into all that, man, and talk about the positive and the negatives of the game, man, and all that good stuff. But first of all, good morning to everyone. I hope everybody had a good night last night, having a good day this morning. You out there on your grind, work, play, whatever your endeavors are, you're there, you're getting there safe and everything. Be careful, COVID-19, Omicron variant is still out there, man. So y'all be careful out there. But man, first and foremost, man, it was a tough game last night to watch, man. I was really disappointed last night in the way the first unit played last night. Miami came in there and just kicked their butts, man. No competitive fire whatsoever. So I mean, that was disappointing, man. When you see a game like that, you look at it over the years, how that rivalry has been like amongst the forefront of rivalries in the NBA. For the Knicks first unit to go in there and didn't even put up a fight other than R.J. Barrett. It was just disappointing. It was just disappointing all around, man. No, I don't want to even say a tough loss because I mean the Miami just took it to them. We're gonna get into all the break down all the stats and all the box scores and all that good stuff, man. But I know Nick Nation is not happy today. I know they're not. I know they're not happy today right now with that performance last night from our starting unit. And it's just something that got to get fixed real quick, fast, in a hurry in New York. We're going to try to stay in this race and try to turn this thing around. There has to be a first unit shakeup there. I just don't see it getting no better with Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, and them guys, man. I think that last night, I even think Tom Thibodeau realized that this is not going to work with that starting unit with them two guys up in there. Their defense is not there, and when they can't shoot the ball, it's even worse. So it's just time for time for the New York Knicks to think about another direction when it comes to that starting lineup. And I'm always the advocate of put some of the youth in there, put some of the other guys on the bench. You have to switch that up, man. I just think that the energy is not enough energy in that starting lineup to compete on a night every level. You know what I mean? No pun intended to no player in particular, but some of them do show up. Kemba Walker's back 6 games. The Knicks are 1-5 now. One win he didn't even play in. And like I said the other day, man, and it's not about you have to bring truth to power. You have to speak truth to power when it comes to this stuff. You just have to. And from what I seen last night was not a good look. And so we definitely got to that was abysmal overall, man. I understand how you gotta feel. I'm not expecting nobody in Nick Land to feel positive tonight, other than you got to be inspired by a second unit. Other than that, there's nothing to be inspired about in that game last night. We went in there and showed why we are under 500. Miami put the beat down on the Knicks last night, and I'm gonna call it like I see it. This is Knicks Real Talking. That's what we do. We keep it real, 100 all the time. That was the beat down. Them cats got out hustled, outmanned, and didn't even come to work hard last night. And I just think that overall that this was a tough, bad performance. It really was, man. That was hard to watch, guys. We basketball New York Knicks blue, orange and blue fans till we die, but that was hard to watch. It really was. Them cats didn't have nothing for the Miami Heat. They blitzed us, and we couldn't blitz them coming out the gate 13-2. Like I said in a pregame yesterday, if the Knicks let them guys get off to a blister start, and if we give up 30 points in that first quarter, that's going to show the signs of they can forget about it, and that's what happened. The Knicks gave up 30 points in the first quarter, 29-33, and they didn't really need the fourth quarter because it was already over. So I do think that something got to happen up there, man. I just don't see how this team going to be able to keep moving forward if they're playing the way they're playing. And get these guys out of here. I thought Alex Burks would have a good game last night. That was disappointing. It was just a hot mess. It wasn't for the young guys bringing that energy last night. That game would have been like the Charlotte game, 150. Who knows? It was just abysmal. So we just have to deal with it, man. And I know it's a down time to talk. I know the day is not a good day to want to come in here and and talk Knicks, man. But I gotta keep it wins and losses, bad win or lose. I have to come up here and do my job and make sure I lace the fan base with the information. So that's what I'm gonna do, man. And I'm not looking for everybody to be excited today because you shouldn't be. It was abysmal. what can I say? Overall, the guys just laid down that first one. They had them guys did not have nothing for that intensity level. And we say it all the time. It's about, look at the second unit. It's about the intensity. It's about going hard. Them cats gave up, man. Once Jimmy Butler and Bam out of bottle them blitzed them dudes, it was a wrap. So and it was disappointing. It really was. And what can I say, man? And we just got to keep looking forward to the next game. We got to put this one behind us and move forward to the next game. There's really nothing else you could say other than that. That we got to put this game behind us and get ready to go on, get ready for the next one. So like I said, overall disappointing performance. Let's go over some box scores, man. Get all that out the way because it was definitely abysmal for us. If you look at the box scores last night, look at that plus minus, guys. Randall 11 points, minus 34, 4 turnovers, 4 assists, 6 rebounds in 27 minutes. Robinson 7 points, minus 18, 10 rebounds. He did a pretty good job on Bam Adebayo from a not letting the score perspective. So I'll give Mitch Robinson his credit on that. He played him pretty good down there. He shot a decent percentage from the field, and he only missed 1 foul shot, 10 rebounds, 7 points. Kemba Walker 19 minutes, 2 from 8, 1 from the charity stripe, no assists, no steals, 2 rebounds, 3 turnovers, minus 27, 7 points. Evan Fournier, 7 points, minus 27, no assists, 2 rebounds, 2 for 7 from the field, 20 minutes. RJ Barrett, 17 points, minus 36, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 24 minutes. He shot decent. He was about the only one in that starting unit that really came to play. God, look at that. Our starting unit scored 29, 50 points. 50 points, bro. 50 points in our starting unit. And they was all, look at minus 34, minus 18, minus 30, minus 27, minus 36. The second unit, Jericho Sims, 2 points, plus 2 minutes and scored 1 field goal and a tremendous dunk. Obi Toppin, phenomenal game. 21 points, 7 for 9, 2 for 3 from the 3-point, 2 for 2 for the charity stripe, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, plus 20, 18 points in 21 minutes. That's hustle. Cam Reddish, 10 minutes, 2 for 6, 1 for 3, 1 for 1 foul text, 2 rebounds, plus 9, 6 points. Todd Gibson, 17 points. No points, nothing. He did zeros across the board, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, plus 2. McBride, 2 minutes. He had two assists, plus 3. Emmanuel quickly had an awesome game, man, to me. Plus 16, 12 points, 4 for 9, 2 for 5, 2 for 2 for the charity stripe, 7 assists. And the people telling me that he should be the starting point guard right now in New York, you got to be kidding me. He even put up the numbers recently. He's got some of the best plus minus in the NBA right now. And then Quentin Grimes, plus 18, 6 points, 2 for 6, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Well, that's the tail end of it, guys. From that perspective, I really do think that the Knicks second unit was the only reason that we was in that game last night. And I do think that we got to find a way to switch this thing up, man. Because it's just not working in New York right now. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. But that's what you get when you go up against guys and you don't come in ready and challenging guys like the Miami Heat. Them guys are prolific. Like I said in the pregame show, them guys go hard on the defense. Their offense rating is decent. For us to go in there and just from the gate, man, from the gate, it's that we got to get ahead and make some moving and shaking, so wheeling and dealing. Get ahead and get this thing turned around and get these guys up out of here and get somebody who want to be competitive. Prime example, y'all heard Jeff Van Gundy last night. He couldn't tell the truth more than anything. Jeff Van Gundy pretty much put it out there on the Knicks. And everything that man was saying was pretty much on point. Everything he was saying was on point. Hot first unit, hot mess, plus minus and a minus big time, like in the 30s. Every guy 30, minus 36, minus 30, minus 34. It was crazy, man. That our first unit, man, they you just got to blow that up. You have to blow that up and bring in somebody who want to be more competitive, who fits the mold of what we're trying to do. And that's why we last year we were gang banging Alpha Payton, gang banging excuse me, Alex Burks, not Alex Burks, but Bullock, and them guys was one of the reason why we was in the top of the echelon of defense last year. Our guys that can't defend nobody. Randall don't look like he can do what he can do. And I don't know if it's all on Randall because of Fournier and Kemba Walker, but ever since you brought them two dudes in here, Randall's game is totally different this year. Like I said, because now with Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, Randall's game is just different. I mean, and so we got to get that thing corrected quickly. And I think we're not going to Milwaukee Friday with that same starting lineup. Kemba Walker been back 6 games. The Knicks are 1-5. In that game that we won, he did not even play in. And I've been saying that it ain't about, because the guy's not good. He don't fit what we trying to do. He can't guard nobody. When his offense game ain't on, he's a triple minus. So we got to get the Kemba Walker thing together. Evan Fournier too up and down. His defense is turnstile. I mean, them cats took it to us, man. They let Miami Heat let the Knicks start unit last night know that y'all not even in our level. You're not even on our level. Yesterday, man. That's what the Miami Heat showed the New York Knicks starting unit last night. Y'all guys not on our level. You know what I mean? And that's what without Kyle Lowry. You know what I mean? They not, man. Yeah, and cash out, man. You know what? That's become a problem to me. I'm gonna tell you what I was disappointed with Tibbs yesterday. Real talk, real quick. You seen that if your team don't got it, they don't got it. You can't keep these guys in there that long when they're not making it happen. You just gotta realize that your boys ain't got it tonight. They just don't got it. You know what I mean? And I didn't have a problem with the Knicks set that starting unit set for RJ and a little bit of Mitch, but Randall, Fournier, and Kemba Walker, you could have sat them the rest of the whole game. I wouldn't even care. It would have been more competitive. And I think Tibbs starting to realize that. I think in the press conference, I think Berman or somebody asked Tibbs, do you think you need to see a shakeup? And he said, we'll see. And I think he 100%. Hey, Frank, salute, man. I'm sorry you had to watch that abysmal stuff last night down there in Miami, man. I know you were looking forward to a better outcome than when they did last night down there, man. But salute to you for being in there, man. I hope you had some fun anyway. Getting to watch the second unit get down and all that good stuff. But that first unit did not come to play. And that's just facts. Just facts, man. So we just got to live to fight another day. It was disappointing for sure. It really was, man. I was really looking forward to a real competitive game. Maybe we can see what this team made up. I think they showed us last night. It reared its ugly head, guys. Let's just keep it real. It reared its ugly head. They did not do what they needed to do yesterday. So we just got to keep on moving on and try to correct the ship and get back to the basics. But I think it starts with a lineup shakeup. And I really do. I think you got to shake that lineup. I don't know. You guys got some good answers. Let me know. For the second unit, all plus minus in the plus. Great, Obi Toppin. What can I say? His last couple of games, man. And I said that earlier in the year. People thought I was bugging. I wouldn't even have a problem putting Obi Toppin at the 3 and sit Fournier down. Let him come off the bench. I wouldn't even have a problem with that. Literally. Because his energy is second to none. Yep, absolutely cash out 100%. Expecting different results over and over is insanity. You got to call it what it is. This first unit with them guys in there, it don't match. You know what I mean? It don't match. Frank Malto's brother, you have a right to feel the way you feel. That was crazy. And I can't even state that better than you put it out there right now. They got to shake this thing up quick, fast, and hurry in New York. Kemba Walker out of here. Fournier bench, whatever. Before you move on from Julius Randle, you got to give Julius Randle an opportunity to get 1 and 3 in there that matches what they kind of do, because I think Fournier and Kemba Walker just messes up Julius Randle and RJ Barrett's game. I really do. And I thought it wasn't going to be like that at the beginning of the season. I thought they would come in here and we'd be knocking it down from 3. We got good perimeter shooters, but we didn't take account that they defense is just atrocious. And I think they got to do some soul searching in New York. I don't think if we going to Milwaukee with that same starting lineup, there's going to be a problem. It got to be. You cannot start them guys the same like you did. Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, yes. Kimber Walker and Fournier, and don't get it. Like I said, you have to change that up. Get ready to get the trade deadline going in a couple of days, a week or two from here. Send the Kimber out of here. You can move Burks right now. He's too inconsistent for us. And if you can move Fournier, you move Fournier. Get him. You got to switch it up, man. It's a wrap. That second unit, the only one came and played last night. Only one. And here's the disappointing thing. T.J. Tucker dropped 20. Out of all people, P.J. Tucker dropped 20 on the Knicks. That shit don't never happen. That boy, you thought that Julius Randle will be able to play against Tucker. Julius Randle scored 11 points. P.J. Tucker, who's not even an offensive player, but a three-point shooter from the corner, dropped 20 on the Knicks last night. Because, this is crazy. It really is, man. That it was no competitive fire whatsoever in that first unit. Once they put it on them guys, it seemed like they gave up. They gave up. When Jimmy Butler and them dudes came out in that first quarter and locked them cats down, put the hammer on them, it's like them cats, it broke their spirit last night. Let's call it what it is, ladies and gents. I'm not here to be a Debbie Downer, but I also got to speak truth to power. This is Knicks Real Talk, and it's real talk. Them cats got blitzed yesterday. So it is what it is. Disappointing performance from the New York Knicks first unit yesterday. And then nothing other I could say. I didn't like the way Tibbs kept them starters in there when they didn't even need to be in there. They wasn't coming back on them dudes. How you going to come back on a team with a defense like that and you done got yourself in a hole like that? They down 20-some points in the second unit. Had to bring them back in the first time. When the second unit brought them guys back from that deficit the first time, and then Tibbs put them in there again and on the first unit in there, then it went back up again. If that don't tell you that them cats that need to be in there last night, then that just telling me something that you must be aware of what these cats are doing. You could not have left the Knicks and them starters in that game last night. I don't care if like Jeff Van Gundy said, you could have sat. I seen Jeff Van Gundy do that to the Knicks one day. They were playing bad. He sat all 5 of the starters. That's what Tibbs should have did last night. He should have pulled them dudes. All of them, to send a lesson to these guys, man. That's what was so disappointing me. He should have snatched them dudes, man. I see you on that with Cash Out, man. I said in the pregame yesterday, I want to see that matchup with Tibbs versus Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra gave Tibbs the business last night because Tibbs relied on his starters. They let him down. See, like I said, and that's what's so disappointing because the second unit played well, but the starters didn't. So if the first unit would have played well, we wouldn't be talking about the Tibbs situation. All season I've been saying it. Kimber Walker, Julius Randle is putting Tibbs in a bad situation because he's forcing them to try to keep these guys in there. And I get Tibbs want to say if you got in them, if you got in this mess, you got to get yourself out of it. Not this time. If you got yourself in that mess, you should have stayed out and don't even worry about it. I understand the philosophy. It works most of the time, but not last night. When that first unit was thinking of the joint, Tibbs should have sent a message. Should have sent the message. You cats do not deserve to be in this ball game last night, and you shouldn't be in the ball game. And he didn't send that message to me, and that was disappointing. And I usually try to give Tibbs a little bit of leeway, but not last night though. And I know he's a good coach. I'm not knocking Tibbs from how good he can coach. I'm questioning his what he doing with the Knicks, with the team we currently have. They letting him down, and he's not helping himself. Because you got to hold you supposed to be that coach to hold people accountable. That means everybody. That means Julius Randle. If you're going to take Obi out early, you should take Randle out early. If you're going to take Quickly out early, you should take Kimber Walker out early. If you're going to take any one of them second unit guys like Reddish out early, then you should take Fournier out early too. They should get the same treatment. If you guys is not playing basketball, you should not be in the game, period. And I think that's a telltale sign to me that, one of these guys who I think hold a lot of guys accountable, but you gotta hold them first unit guys accountable. Them guys making all the money. They got the big contracts. Them the ones supposed to lead by example. Dude, they just it's not happening. So, we it is what it is, man. Like I said, disappointing loss. Starting unit didn't come to play. Salute to the second unit, man. Salute to Obi Toppin, Quickly, Grimes. Salute to all you cats, man. You cats exemplify what it is to go hard. They come out and play with energy. They come out and play with passion. I mean, they come out and go get it. They unselfish. They pass the ball, the rock around to each other, and they look for the open man all the time. Not one game out of 2 games, all the time. So, last night, salute to the second unit, man. What can I say? But that first unit, no grit, no fight in that starting unit. It is no grit, no fight up in there, no grit. And I say that to be 100, no grit or fight in that starting unit. The cats didn't come and play last night, man. They didn't come to play. You went up against a superior defense, a superior offense, and it showed. So, that this is what it's about. I call the New York City Gritty Committee for the reason. But last night wasn't nothing gritty about that committee last night in that first unit. Them cats, they were gritty last year because they had like a guy like Alfred Payton who goes hard on the defense, Reggie Bullock who goes hard on the defense, who don't look for the numbers to score, but they look to make sure that they doing their job. And I'm sorry. I know my man is the New York fan. He's the cardiac Kimber kid. I know y'all love this guy. I know we love him because he's from New York, Rice High School. But you know what? Can't be sentimental about this stuff. Kimber Walker is not the answer for the New York Knicks. He's a detriment to what we're doing. He can't guard nobody. And when his offense is not there, then it's a wrap. Evan Fournier, if he's not scoring the ball, it's a wrap. And I see Julius Randle. You're not standing by the huddle when Tibbs is there to give a game plan to the second unit, whatever. You standing away from the huddle. That's not a good look. I'm throwing shade at everybody in that starting lineup other than RJ and Mitch. Because you think about what Mitch did against Bam Adebayo last night. He made it tough on that dude. You know what I mean? Bam Adebayo only had 6 points against Mitchell Robinson last night, but he had 11 assists. You know what I mean? Because he couldn't score the ball because Mitch was dominating on that end, but he had 11 assists. And so Mitch played a good job against him. You know what I mean? But, like I said, R.J. Barrett had a decent game. But, man, like I said, you let P.J. Tucker drop 20 on you. That's no grit. That's no fight. P.J. Tucker standing in the corner with that, shooting that 3 ball at will. Fournier let Duncan Robinson drop 7 trays on him. You know what I mean? Oh, my God, 7 for 11 from 3. That was crazy. Man, Frank, I understand it very well. But just stay locked in, man. You know what I mean? Just stay locked in because they need our support right now bad. So don't give up on it yet, man. But last night was at this point they got to do something going into that Milwaukee game. They need to turn that thing around because that's just unacceptable, man. I get they were playing and it ain't even about they playing a better team. They played a team who was more hungry than them. They wanted them more. They made that was a statement, and the Knicks didn't come to play last night. You know what I mean? And they didn't, man. So, our defense was atrocious. 110 points, no fight, no grit. RJ was the only one trying to make it happen. Him and Mitch Randall. You don't let PJ Tucker do that. I know he's a good defender, but still. You know what I mean? 4 turnovers again. He made some crazy turnovers yesterday, man. I don't want to say that the team is Tibbs is losing that starting run, but I don't want to say that. But I do think that you need to change that shit up quickly. You need, no pun intended, let Emmanuel Quickly be the starting point guard for the New York Knicks right now. No Alex Burks, no Kemba Walker. Throw Quickly in there. Quickly has, if y'all guys, y'all get a chance, go look at Quickly stats amongst the NBA's guys out there. His stats is pretty decent. Him and Draymond Green got some of the better numbers in the league all around. Quickly is playing good basketball for New York. His plus minuses are always pretty much plus more than anybody. He's consistent. You know what I mean? And I believe that. Yep. And you know what? And like I said, I'm not even the one to harp on RJ. RJ doing this thing, man. And he, what's crazy to me, guys. Look how RJ Barrett get to the hole, and look how Julius Randle don't get to the hole. That I don't understand. That's a third-year player. You got a 6-7-year player. RJ Barrett takes it to the rack on a regular, not scared to get bumped, not scared to get, and I don't understand why Julius Randle don't do the same thing. R.J. Barrett goes to the hole consistently, and then everybody starts selling for jump shots. It's crazy. It's crazy. That was no competitive to me. But you know what? Thibodeau got to answer the bell, man. New York Knicks starting lineup got to answer the bell. They have to, because you're right, man. RJ came to play. RJ came to play, not on that first unit. And he I think his negative minus to me is kind of misleading. That minus 36, and maybe because Jimmy Butler had a good game and he was doing this thing, but the Knicks starting lineup didn't help that by any means. So from what I see, guys, salute to RJ Barrett for playing hard, being competitive. He took it. He took the fight against the fight. And that's all you can add for. At least he tried to scrap and fight with them guys. Fournier and Randall and them guys didn't even try to scrap like that. RJ Barrett was scrapping the best he can and with the situation he had. And granted, we went up against a better team. I get it right now. You got to call it for what it is. They're just a better team than us. But still, you don't lay an egg like that. 16 points in the first quarter, 16 to 30. 16 to 30 in the first quarter. And we outscored them in the second quarter. That's the second unit. Third quarter, 33 points. We only scored 21. Game over. That's all the starting unit right there. That first and third quarter, Shaw Powers talk about that all the time. His first and third quarter. Well, you know what? We got beat down in both of them quarters last night. We got outscored in them two quarters, 61 to 30 to 30 to 37. 61 to 37 in two quarters. The first and the third quarter. Just got hammered. So salute to RJ, man, for coming to play yesterday. I know it's tough going up against Jimmy Butler, man. A player like that who's good on both ends of the floor. But at least that Butler came out there and competed. I can't say that for the rest of the starting lineup. So you know what, Knicks need a lineup shake up in the most way to me. They need to shake that thing up some way, and try to find a way to implement some of our youth in there. I think you take Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker, move them to the bench, and bring somebody up in there. And man, I like the way Cam Reddish was playing yesterday. And you can't expect his shot to be butter right now because he's not been getting a minute, so it takes time to get in the rhythm. But look at his length, his tenacity on the defense. He's out there running around chasing people. Defend. He's trying to alter 3-point shots at a nice block shot. I think you really literally you could put Cam Reddish in there for all I care, and I think it's better. Quentin Grimes makes a big difference quickly. So we got to do some shaking up. Salute to my man D-Night. D-Night, salute, man. Appreciate you coming in this morning. But we got to find a way to get that thing rectified. They need to shake that starting lineup up, no question about it, because you can't just say there was an off night or we had a bad night. Nah, you can't even say that. It wasn't about an off night, and it wasn't about a bad night. You didn't compete. You did not compete. You let them cats take your lunch money, and I think that's what it was last night. Them cats was aggressive. They was trapping Julius Randle, and excuse me, RJ Barrett, the only one who tried to keep a competitive fire against them guys. So we all around, salute to our second unit. I want to get in there and talk about all the positive things in a minute, man. But right now I'm just trying to let us see that we need some things to correct in New York. It needs to be a lineup shake up. It does. We need to shake that thing up quickly. Because if not, then it's going to get out of hand. You cannot start Kemba Walker for the point guard in New York Knicks. Rice High School or not. Cardiac Kemba not. He does not have what it takes with them knees and his situation to do what we need to do. He just ain't that for us. Real talk. You like Jeff Van Gundy said when McBride came in. Jeff Van Gundy, I got to give him his credit, man. He gave McBride and all. I got a lot of flowers. But he also told that first unit, he gave them the thumbs down, man, and I don't blame him. Ain't that like I like Randall, but Randall can get the business too. I said you could put Randall on the block for all I care. I like the whole team. D Nice, I like Randall, but I'm not in love with him. He gets that too, because he just. His turnover, his mental game. Y'all see me put that in the stream yesterday. What I said the other night, his mental game is crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Queen, it is Queen. I'm so glad that you win, man. And with your wisest, man, you can help direct the ship. Because I'm like this here. You got to shake that thing up. Kemba Walker is not the answer. We won in 5 since he came back. In that game that we was won, he did not play. We just got to be real with that. You know what I mean? He Kemba Walker, Fournier, and Randall was disappointing me, man. I know it's a tough season for him. I get it, but you're not helping none neither as a leader. You're not helping none. I just think that's an overall bad look. What happened to Randall? PJ Tucker can't drop 20 on you. I don't care how bad the game going. You let PJ Tucker, who's not even a scorer like that, just a 3-point shooter from the corner when he opened and a defender. It's the box score for them two should have been the other way. PJ Tucker 11, Randall 20. It was Randall 11 and PJ Tucker 20. That was a telltale right there to me. I defend Randall to a degree, but at the same time, you got to call it what it is with him too. You got to be competitive against a team like Miami. You don't go in there and do that, man. You don't go in there and stick up the joint against a team like that. So I do think that we got an issue brewing in New York, and they got to be corrected by Friday. You got to shake it up. Yeah, they are D-Nice, big time. And I've been saying that from day one. Walker and Fournier and them, but they just subway turnstiles. You know when you drop that token, just let that go and walk through the turnstile. That's them two dudes on the defense. That's just what they are. Put that token in that slot and just and walk right through that thing. Yep, absolutely, man. So they got a lot of soul searching to do in New York, and Tom Thibodeau got to do a lot of soul searching too. And you look at the energy, man. Who in that starting lineup play like Obi Toppin play the last couple of games? That energy, that determination. I said early in the year, people thought I was tripping. I said you could even run him at the 3. He gonna defend better. He ain't a great defender, but he gonna defend better than Evan Fournier. He gonna hustle more than Evan Fournier. And I just think that Manuel quickly should be the point guard for the New York Knicks. That's just my personal opinion. Can you tell me that the way Manuel quickly playing, the way he assists the ball, his plus minus numbers have been phenomenal across the league, basically, that he should be starting in front of Kemba Walker? Come on, man. And knowing that you got Grimes back there in the second unit so to me, you put Quickly back there and you let Grimes and Cam Reddish and them get some burn. And I think Alice Burke, Kemba Walker, and Evan Fournier is a wrap to me. And if it get to the point where you got to run Julius Randle out of here, then you run him out, because Julius Randle is disappointing me. I try to make excuses for Julius Randle sometime to give him the benefit of the doubt, because we brought in new players. We brought in Kemba Walker. Nah, man, come on. His body language is not good. And that's why I asked earlier yesterday, are we going to be able to do this? Are you going to be able to keep Randle for 4 years in this situation? That's why I brought that up in the pregame yesterday. Are we going to be able to do Julius Randle for 4 years playing like this? Is this going to be Julius Randle? Because Jeff Van Gundy hit a lot of great points last night about the Knicks, man. I hate to say that, man. And I know Jeff Van Gundy, he might feel some type of way sometime, but he's still a real coach. He's a real analyst. And he dropped some gems last night, man. And he was 100% on with him. And I could not disagree with him. I couldn't agree with him more, I meant to say. So we know it is what it is, man. We definitely got to kind of do some soul searching in our first unit, because it's just not working. It's not working. And I'm disappointed. Salute D. Ross. Salute Will. You're 100%. Jeff Van Gundy roasted the Knicks last night, and because you got to come out there with your competitive juices, man. No matter if a team better than you, you still got to take the fight to them. You still got to take the fight to them. I don't care how better Miami is than the Knicks last night. You still got to take the fight to them. Them guys came out and blitzed us, went on a 13-2 run, and the Knicks could not even get back in it because they didn't have it. It was like a deer in the headlights to me last night. That's what it seemed like to me. And it was just disappointing, man. The way they went down last night. Yeah, true indeed, D. Ross. He was real talk, man, and that's why I'm trying to keep it real up in here today. Disappointing. I don't know no other way to say it. First unit, shake it up. Shake it up, real talk. If you want to throw that in there, that's fine too. I don't got no problem with it. You know what I mean? I'm letting you guys get your stuff off today. I'm not even gonna debate whether you right or wrong. Y'all 100%, man. Y'all got it. I'm rolling with you guys today on this one, man, because Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, all of them guys, Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, Julius Randle, and Mitch last night. Them cats didn't come to play. But hey, remember this, guys. I'm gonna say it again. 1-5 when Kemba Walker played these last 6 games, and that one game we won, he was not in that game. So Kemba Walker is literally him, Fournier, and the way Randall playing. Y'all, Randall been like this the whole season. It'd be different if it was like the last couple of games. I'll say Randall, he's just up and down. It's been like this the whole year almost. So yeah, pretty much he did, man. And rightfully so. And that's so tough, Will, because my man Jeff Van Gundy. Tibbs coached under Jeff Van Gundy, and Jeff Van Gundy know what type of coach Tibbs is. You know what I mean? But you know what? And I think that's a reflection of the players that they brought in. I just think that is crazy. I agree 100%, man. Like I always said, man, you wish Noel was here. You know what I mean? And that's just another thing disappointing. Nick 100. Noel, you would have thought he would have played last night. He came back, played 2 games. Now we missed him. You need guys like Noel. Noel, it takes the pressure off him, because when Todd can't do the things that Noel could do, that defense loses it. It really does. The defense it causes us, man. And I agree with you 100%. Noel, we can use what he do, man. But what good if them cats can't stay on the floor? You know what I mean? Both of our centers, him and Mitch, they just seem like they can't never stay on that floor, man. And it's disappointing. But yeah, we definitely got to do some shaking up, guys. And the trading deadline, we got to make some moves. I don't care what. Even if we don't feel the Knicks going to get in the playoffs, then you know what? You trade them cats for to aspiring contracts and draft picks, and come back next year with a different attitude. You know what I mean? So you might have to if we don't turn this thing around. To me, before the deadline, you can get rid of Fournier, Kemba Walker, Alex Burks. Them 3 dudes right there. To me, them the first 3 you start with. And you got the guys like Cam Reddish and McBride and them who get ready to start getting it popping, going into their second year. It's crazy, man. I'm so disappointed now. And I started our team right now, and me as one of the most optimistic brothers that on or by probably be on these platforms. I'm always optimistic about our Knicks. You ask me, I think the Knicks. If you ask me if the Knicks can win today, I'm going to say yeah. Because I know I thought they had enough firepower and enough talent. But I never did not think that on the other side, when it comes to the energy and effort side, that we would lose that, and I think we lost that edge. I think we lost the edge. I don't think them cats. Kemba Walker's a good dude, but he don't have that competitive edge. Evan Fournier don't have the competitive fire. Not because they can't play, they can't score, they can't shoot, they can't do that. They don't have the competitive energy to do what we do down there. You know what I mean? And I think that's just what's so disappointing. And Randall up and down. You know what I mean? Mitch in and out. He's been playing good, well. And give Mitch credit last night. Bam Adebayo only scored 6.8 points, but he had 11 assists. P.J. Tucker scored more than Julius Randle. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So that tells me that there ain't no dogs. The dog ain't up in these cats, man. They don't got the dog in them. I'm sorry. I got to call it for what it is. R.J. Barrett about the only one and that really came out there and tried to compete last night. And he took his matchup personal. Duncan Robinson dropped 7 threes on Evan Fournier. It was nuts. It was nuts. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, it's like, come on now. You know what I mean? And so Tibbs got to work that thing out. Tibbs need to sit down with the front office and say, guys, listen, these are guys y'all brought in here. I had to roll with what I had to roll with. You know what I mean? And I'm quite sure Tibbs get a lot of it from the front office too. He probably it might be things he might want to do, but they might be like, nah, you know what I mean? We put Kemba Walker in the city edition jersey in front of Madison Square Garden. We gave Julius Randle the bag. We gave Evan Fournier $19 million. You know, Tibbs might be caught in a crosswind. You know what I mean? He might like, man, well, I want to do this, but they might want to do that. So if the front office and him ain't on the same page, I don't know how you turn this thing around. I just don't. They gotta do this, man. They need to sit down and contemplate about this thing and think about what they're doing down there, because that was crazy. And normally, I know we get kind of, we throw darts and losses. I get it. You know, we get upset. We throw darts, but you know what? These darts that we throw today need to be thrown. Everybody in this chat and everybody in the Knicks fan base, let me tell y'all something. Y'all got a right to throw darts at them starting lineup today. You really do. You have to throw darts at them dudes today. And I'm hoping them darts hit the bullseye, dead in the center. Let them feel some type of way, because that was crazy. I've been a Knicks fan for a long time and never seen a lack of competitive spirit when you're going up against another team who got competitive spirit. They broke the Knicks starting lineup yesterday to a degree, except for R.J. Barrett. They broke Kemba Walker. They broke Evan Fournier. I watched some guys sitting there on the bench, man. I'm like, that's disappointing. So it is what it is, man. I think that lineup got to get shooken up. Salute to the chat for coming in this morning, man, on a down time and on a bad loss. But I'm glad y'all in here being loyal and being here and talk about it, negative or positive. But you know what? I want to just talk about let's talk about our second unit, man. They really played a good game yesterday. Like I said, Obi Toppin plus 18. It's 21 minutes. Excuse me, plus 20, 18 points, 21 minutes. 7 of 9 from the field goal, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, 2 of 2 from the charity strike, 5 rebounds. 1 turnover only 2 fouls, plus 20. Plus 20. Salute to Obi Toppin, man. What a game that young man played last night. The last couple of games, he's starting to find that 3-point shot. He looked good, man. He really did. He looked good. Salute to him. It was D-Rod. That plus minus was ugly, bro. 30s. Some of the 30s. Yeah, absolutely. It was crazy. And Queen Bring a good point. The Heat exposed what we already was. The Knicks are not mentally tough. Facts. 100%. That's why I always said, like I said the other day in that thing, they are not mentally tough. Julius Randle, where's that mental toughness? Fournier, y'all guys supposed to be competitors, man. Y'all not. It's a shame we got a 30-year young man like R.J. Barrett, who's probably one of the more competitive guys on that team. He look like I guess he's the quiet assassin. He speaks with his game. He don't speak with his mouth. He speaks with his game. You're right, Queen. We are mentally not a tough team, and I think that's where you miss the Reggie Bullocks and the Alpha Paytons. Much as y'all might not have locked them dudes' offense game or what they did, you miss them dudes, man. You really do. They gave us a competitive edge out there. Because one thing about Alpha Payton, he might didn't have no 3-point shot, but I tell you what, he had dog in him though. He had dog in him. You know what I mean? But Obi Toppin looked phenomenal. You're right. All our whole second unit was all pluses last night. All of them. The whole second unit was pluses. Even the guys who got in there was pluses. So I think we don't cross a point in the season where you got to start doing some moving and shaking. Yeah, right, exactly. Fragile as the starters. It is that they are, man. That was crazy, yo. So, but you know what? It is what it is. But and I'm gonna tell you, man. I think the New York Knicks bench Kemba Walker is start Emmanuel quickly. I think you got to get. You know what? Can you guys let me tell you something? I know everybody say that Emmanuel Quickly is not a point guard, and I get it. But do you think he's playing better than Kemba Walker, offensively and defensively? If y'all go look at Emmanuel Quickly's stats right now, and when it comes to the plus minus, he's in the top 50 in the NBA. The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. You start Emmanuel Quickly over Burks and Kemba Walker right now. What other choice do you have? What other choice do you have? You can't be no worse. So give a man an opportunity. You cannot be no worse by starting Emmanuel Quickly at the point guard. You cannot. Is it going to make us better? Is it going to make us worse than we are? Okay, if it makes us worse, then still we worse anyway right now. I think Emmanuel Quickly would be better at the Knicks starting point guard than Kemba Walker right now. You know why? At least Emmanuel Quickly does put in an effort on defense. He got a little link to him. I know he's not everybody's favorite player, but you cannot hide his numbers, man. That second unit with Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin and Grimes and them cats, they play together. They move the ball. They distribute the ball. They play with energy. They play with effort. See, that's why I think we got to balance this thing out. And to me, if you start Emmanuel Quickly, then when Derrick Rose come back, okay, if you want to start Derrick Rose on Emmanuel Quickly, but I think Emmanuel Quickly and Derrick Rose, until we get a prominent point guard in here, what other direction can you do? I think you just go ahead and start him. You know what I mean? I really do. And to me, that's the only way I can see it. Because I don't even, like you said, I agree with you, D-Rob. I've been saying that for a minute. Start Deuce. At least you're gonna keep the defense competitive. Like Van Gundy said in the game last night, he watched Deuce the way he played, man. He's like, man, listen, the dude will keep the other team's defensive point guard honest for a couple of minutes. You ain't got to play him the whole game. You bring Deuce quickly in there for the first 6 minutes of the game to keep us in the game, on a defense end. And then at least when we bring in our second unit, we not down 15, we not down 20, or we not down 10. You got to find a way to keep our team in the game in that first quarter, because it's so hard to get down that you ask these guys to come in here and dig you out of holes all the time. You can't do that. You know what I mean? It's not fair to Quickly. It's not fair to Obi. It's not fair to none of them guys that every time they come in, they got to dig these dudes out of a hole. When they come in, you would want that team to come in and give you more of an advantage. Like, you know what? So say the Knicks come out the first unit and got us like even, hypothetically. Either we even or we may be up 4 or 5. Then that is second unit, which is amazing, coming there and extend the lead and give you more energy to extend the lead. I think that's what you want your second unit to do. You don't want them to always have to come in here and play from behind all the time. You want them to be able to come in the game and either maintain the lead they got, or stay competitive until your first unit come back in. But it seems like every time them guys come in, they got to always try to get back in the game. And them guys, listen, last night the Knicks were down 26 points, and that second unit came in and brought that thing under 20, got it down to like 16 or something, whatever. The minute he put that starting unit back in there, that shit blew right back up to 20. I was like, holy Christ. So to me, that tells you right there, man. Our second unit definitely got the energy, and they ain't scared. They ain't scared. So, guys, y'all know, man, it's nothing wrong with admitting your fault. There's nothing wrong with admitting your fault. We just got to admit that the New York Knicks, the players that they brought in here, we thought they was going to work. They just not working. And there's nothing wrong with bear witnessing that you made a mistake. Kemba Walker was a mistake. Evan Fournier was a mistake. Let's just call it what it is. And they're the only two that we signed that wasn't on this team last year besides the rookies. Everybody else was here. You try to move on from them guys and just accept the fact that they are not the type of player that could play in New York, and they don't got to get the grit, the grind, the grittiness. They don't have it, man. They don't have it. You know what I mean? And I think hey, worldwide, man, 100, bro. This is you 100%. This is the definition of insanity to the utmost. You know, all those guys on this platform and in these chats, been watching the Knicks for years. It's one thing you can always say, even if we lose the game, at least we show toughness and play hard and play with effort. The New York Knicks surf unit, other than R.J. Barrett, last night got punked. And Jimmy Butler was smiling like, yeah, these cats they don't want none of this smoke. They don't want none. I'm looking at these cats like, y'all serious? So it was, man. And it's not going to change worldwide. It's not going to change. You can go through Randall, man. It's just time. It's time to break it up. You know what? Because listen, we 3 games under 500. We going in the opposite direction. If we go down to Milwaukee tomorrow and lose that, we 4 games under. And the East is getting more and more. What I'm disappointed about, a lot of teams in the East losing, and we're not even capitalizing. You know what I mean? And but I do think it starts. I think it starts with that point guard spot. Kemba Walker is not the answer in New York. He's not. Julius Randle, I don't know what's going on with you, brother, but If you done checked out, then the Knicks need to realize that he might have checked out already. He might have checked out. These guys got their money. He got his money, and I like Julius Randle, but not the Julius Randle that I'm seeing now. Like I said in the pregame last night, and I say it again, mentally, he is not there when it comes to being in that game with competitive fire. And Julius Randle goes hard too. I don't understand that. Do I think it's anything to do with Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker? Maybe to a degree. Maybe he missed Alpha Payton and Reggie Bullock because he knew them dudes was fighters. He knew they was fighters. But I think you move on from that. I really do. I just don't see this thing. And you guys just let me know. Do you see this thing turning around with that starting lineup and this team moving forward? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to turn around. I don't think they got that. After last night, they exposed themselves. Like Queen said, they got exposed, and I don't think they mentally going to be able to rebound from this. Yeah, can they go on a 9-game winning streak? Yeah, that's possible. I don't think so. I don't think they don't got the heart out there. They don't have the heart to do what we expect them to do. Real talk, man. Yo, peace to the gods, salute to Unique, peace to the gods, salute. I just don't think they got it. I think they don't have the competitive edge, and we do, man. And I just think that we got to shake first thing and come shake that line up, shake it up. Put Emmanuel quickly at the starting point guard for New York. It can't get no worse. It can't. I've been crying for Deuce McBride for a minute. Because you know what? When you got Kemba Walker, and I say it again, Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, RJ Barrett, and Julius Randle, it's too many cats who need the ball. So not everybody going to be in rhythm. I think if you bring some defensive minded guys into that 1 and 2 and Evan Fournier, I guarantee you, if you bring in a 1 and 2 who play defense, that Julius Randle situation might not even look that bad. And RJ Barrett. Let RJ Barrett and Julius Randle be your main scorers. And then you bring everybody else in there who can score, but they first and foremost, they play defense first. I think that's where you got to go with that. Like I said, you look at a lot of teams, man. You look at the Miami Heat. That's why they got PJ Tucker there, because they don't rely on his scoring. They rely on his defense. He can knock down a 3 and D. You talking about the definition of 3 and D? That's why you missing Reggie Bullock, because Reggie Bullock, he don't need to do what Fournier do. He could play some real solid defense and knock down a 3. That's PJ Tucker all day. Play solid defense and knock down a 3. The Knicks got 4 guys in that starting unit who all think they need to score the ball to be effective. That's why we in this situation. Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, you need to switch them two dudes out for some defense-minded players who can play defense just like Reggie Bullock and Alpha Payton and get you some and get points occasionally. I think that's where you start at. I just think you have to, because it's not going to go the other way. It really not. Yeah, you're right, Nicaro. You're right. No, they are too soft. They soft, man. And I hate to say that, but it's real. Yeah, facts, cash out, facts. A Unique. I thought they should have been gave that man more burn. I get it. Listen. I'm trying to be fair to these guys because I understand what the money comes in at play. You can't. I didn't. Nick front office, like I didn't bring in $19 million to not play him. I didn't bring in this. So I do see that part, but forget all that now. Hey, if you're not playing good and you're a detriment to the team, I don't care how much money you're making. Then you just don't need to be in that lineup. I don't care how much money you're making. If you're not doing anything 100%, yep. Real talk, man. And that's another thing. Put Cam Reddish in for Fournier. What's the big deal? At least Cam Reddish plays defense. I love the way that young man was playing last night. You could see a hungry young man last night playing with effort. I mean, that block shot was ridiculous. I was like, damn, Cam got hops. He could shoot. He goes to the rack. He ain't scared. So, I'm like, yo, man, Cam Reddish at 6'8". If you bring Cam Reddish and start him just hypothetically at the 3 and move RJ back to the 2, now you got a more solid defense in the starting lineup. Let Fournier come off the bench. Let him come off the bench and Derrick Rose can find him in open spots and let him knock down threes. You know what I mean? And that's it. But until we change that situation, it ain't. It's gonna stay the same, guys. I really believe that. I don't think that's gonna change too much. Too much with the starting lineup that we have there. You know what? And I just think that we got to move on. I just think it's move on time. The trading deadline coming up, guys. We got to do some wheeling and dealing, And even if you trade Kemba Walker for a couple of second rounders, just free up the roster spot. You know what I mean? If you move Alec Burks in a trade or whatever, just to free up a roster spot, free them 2 roster spots up so Cam Reddish can get some more minutes. Or maybe you can give an opportunity that way when Derrick Rose come back, Grimes is guaranteed to play. I think Grimes and Grimes and Cam should be Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, and Alex Burks' spots. Period. Move them 2 guys. Move them. That way, Grimes going to stay in the rotation, and then you put then Cam Reddish can get that backup 3. That's what the Knicks just got to do. That's what they got to do. I like Alex Burks, but look at, man, the last 2 games abysmal. Yes, indeed. Salute, Robin. Salute to you. So I do think that's something that we got to take in consideration. Salute, Fabian. Salute to you, my this morning, my brother. And then because you can't do no big game hunting, wheeling and dealing. But I don't have a problem moving Randall neither. I think Randall tapped out. Seemed like I did not like the way he was in that when the Knicks was in that huddle last night. In the huddle, he was standing in like 10 feet away from the huddle. And even if you're not in the game, you're supposed to be there listening and encouraging your guys. That come on, guys. They all in the huddle. He should be standing there like, listen to what Tibbs telling the young guys and motivating the young guys. He's standing in the back like 10 feet away. I'm throwing shade at that. A couple of games ago, before he was going through that little problem, the Knicks was he was at the far end of the bench, almost down about to walk out the tunnel by himself and everybody in the huddle. And if that was Alfred Payton last year, y'all, we all would have ripped him when he did that last year. So Julius Randle can get the same thing. I don't care how much money he made. That's crazy. That's crazy. And he won our highest paid blade. He's our leader. He's supposed to be that leader anyway. So you 100% right, Unique. Jeff Van Gundy, I think Jeff Van Gundy just told it like it was last night. That he told it like it was last night, man. It is what it is, and I don't got no problem with that. Hey, Robert, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. It's, and I go back to, like I said, everybody was wondering about, man, we need to get Alpha Payton out of here. Be careful what you ask for. Get Alpha Payton out of here. He can't do nothing. There's a lot of things that, there's one thing that Alpha Payton could do. He was gritty. He had that mentality that I got dog in me. I got dog in me. I might not be the best shooter in the round, but he wasn't no punk. He wasn't a punk. He'd go to that line. He'd get through that. He'd try to get to the lane when he can. His offense game might not have been there, but I think his spirit was good. And I know, man, but right now, hey, D-Roz, but I just think you got to put quickly in that starting lineup. Go there first for Friday. I'm talking about Friday's game. You do not start Kemba Walker in New York Friday. You do not do that. You got to start Emmanuel quickly, and don't even start Alex Burks in that starting lineup. Put Emmanuel quickly at the point guard, and that's that. Then, because he cannot be playing, he cannot play no worse than anybody else playing at the point guard spot. He's playing better basketball than all our point guards. He's averaging around 5, 6, 7 assists per game in the last week or two. His pluses is good. His shot is looking decent. He driving to the hole. Sometimes, hey, granted, he's a young guy. He made bonehead plays. I'm talking about dribbling the ball too much. But you know what? That's part of the maturation of learning how to get experience. Learn off your mistakes and get better. I think the New York Knicks need to start, and his defense is better than Kemba Walker's. He assists better than Kemba Walker's. You know what I mean? And I think the New York Knicks got to start Emmanuel quickly. I just think that's 100%. Because other than that, now listen, what's going to happen Friday check this out, guys. When Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, and them got to go up against Drew Holiday. There you go. I'm glad. Great mind think alike. I'm glad you put that up there, Nick 100. I understand that, but it's still he'll destroy Kemba Walker too. He destroyed Kemba Walker too. So what you got to lose? At least one thing you can say about Manny quickly, Nick 100. And I agree with you. He will destroy quickly, but quickly plays better defense, and he would. I think he destroyed Kemba Walker more than he scrambled to destroy Emmanuel quickly. So I don't know what's the other option. Burks is not playing good. You do saying you ain't giving him no burn. So if I'm just looking at the guys who playing good basketball for us, Manuel quickly was a plus 16 last night, guys. 12 points, seven assists, 3 rebounds, shot 4 for 9, 2 for 5 from 3, 2 for 2. He was a plus 16. Kemba Walker was a minus 30, period. So I think Drew Holiday would destroy. He would destroy. I guess Kemba Walker too. So I'm just saying, you damn if you do, damn if you don't. Basically, you understand what I'm saying, guys? You damn if you do, damn if you don't. But I think quickly deserve to be the starting point guard right now because he's playing better than Kemba Walker. The Knicks are 1-5 since Kemba Walker been back, and he didn't play in the game that they won. So I'm just trying to look at it from a team perspective. I think Emmanuel quickly makes the Knicks a little better than Kemba Walker right now. The Knicks he even starting the 0-5, bro. And the game, like I said, the game we won, he did not play. You just got to call it what it is, man. Real talk. Kemba Walker is a problem right now at that point guard spot. Maybe his knees is just not there no more. Maybe he don't got it like he think he got it. Maybe them knees are just not there. He cannot keep up on the defense. Him and Kemba Walker, him and Evan Fournier getting burnt all the time. So maybe they just don't got it. You know what I mean? Maybe they just don't got it. And I've been saying this for a while. People thought I was crazy when I said start McBride. Sometimes you don't need your point guard to score 30 points. Sometimes you don't need a point guard to be the main scorer. The Knicks don't need that. They got Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett for that. So if you put Manuel quickly or McBride in there, you're not looking for them guys to score the ball like that. You got your scorers in there. You need them guys to be able to be competitive and bring some energy. And Deuce McBride get down with the best of them on that defense side. He is Alpha Payton. Basically, he's a young Alpha Payton, probably with a better jump shot. You know what I mean? That's my whole thing. He's like Alpha Payton to me, McBride, with a better jump shot. So why not let him start? What you got to lose? What you got to lose? At least he's not going to give up. He's not going to be getting torched on the defense side of the ball. And that it'll keep us in the game on the offense. If you put McBride in there, I guarantee you that they start a point guard not going to run amok on us. They're not going to run amok on us. You know what I mean? And that way the plus minus kind of stay the same. If they start a point guard don't run amok and he don't score a lot, that's cool because it's even kill. He doesn't score a lot. His man didn't score a lot. That was the only thing about Frank Ntilikina was decent about him. Even though Frank didn't have the offense, the other opposing guy wasn't going to run amok on us. You know what I mean? So it was like, it was even kill. The plus minus would have been kind of even. But when you got guys like Kemba Walker, if you score 10 and a opposing point guard drop 20, we back in the minus. And I just think that's what it is. Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker, much as they could score, they give up too much on the defense. So what good is it? So to me, you switch that up. We cannot go to Milwaukee with that same thing, man. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Nick 100, and that's I think that's what I'm really saying. At least he could do the assist thing, and his offense to come around. You know what? And if he open, at least he got the courage to shoot the ball, and that's basically what I'm talking about. Did you see Susan McBride got in 2 easy assists for Bucket? Absolutely, and that's what I think. We don't need Kemba Walker scoring. Let Randall and RJ be the man on that. We need somebody who could stop them boys from scoring on us. 31 points, 30 points in the first quarter. Again, it's like a turnstile. Why are we giving up 30 points every first quarter? Because ain't nobody defending. Point guards blowing by, then Randall and Mitch. When Mitch is not mentally in it, not Mitch. I'm going to say when Randall's not mentally in it, and the point guard blow by, do you see him taking charges? Do you see him trying to block shots? Do you see him trying to strip people? You know what I mean? So when them point guard getting past us and you relying on Mitch to try to defend them, then Mitch got to leave his man. Now we throwing a lob to his man because Mitch got to try to stop the point guard that you let blow by you. That's crazy. Overpaid. I don't think McBride will allow that to happen. I don't even think Quickly will allow that to happen on a regular basis. Everybody can get beat. I get that. Everybody can get beat. But I do not think that Emmanuel Quickly and Deuce McBride will let that happen. I just don't think they'll let it happen. Not on a consistent level. You know what I mean? As Soul Finger, man, you're 100%, brother. We cannot do that. Drew Howley, you talking about barbecue brisket, man? Woo, you might have throw the ribs and everything up in that piece. That's gonna be tough. So yeah, man. This is the vent day, man. Let's call it what it is. There's ain't too much positive other than our second unit today. What I want to talk about today is what do we do to correct the problem that's occurring in New York? How do we change this thing? And let's just be about that today for the next couple of minutes, man. Because it's nothing with how do we fix this situation? It's just crazy. And this is a passionate Knicks fan. I'm speaking out of passion and disappointment. And trying to keep a level head about it. But I do think it starts with I said that in the previous stream I had, the elephant in the room, Kemba Walker. And I said that 3 streams ago, and look, the numbers don't lie and the eyes don't lie. You see what you see. You know what I mean? You see what you see. It don't lie. It's not about the favoritism, who I like or who I don't like. No, you see what you see. We watch this game. We watched 48 minutes of basketball. And we see what we see. And the numbers don't lie. Kemba Walker, every game he played in the last 6 games, except for one, the Knicks lost. Okay, let's just get that out there. Number 1. Evan Fournier, too inconsistent. If he ain't scoring the ball, he's no good. He don't rebound. He don't do assists. Just it's that simple. You know what I mean? It's that simple. So yeah, we and Tibbs, you got out coached like crazy last night. Because like I said, like Jeff Van Gundy said, he hit the nail right on the head. You should have sat that starting unit down that one time in that game. Sat him down. No, you cats out here getting blitzed, getting punked. I would have sat them cats down too. And until we can rectify, put Cam Reddish in there, put Fournier on the bench. I don't give a fuck if he's making $30 million. You can't let guys be in there for the detriment of the team. I think, guys, because we much as we like our second unit, what are we gonna do? If our first unit's stinking it up right now, what are we gonna do? And he was Soul Finger, he was speaking truth to power for sure last night. He was speaking. I mean, I watched that game and I'm like, Jeff Van Gundy hitting on all cylinders, whether you like it or not. He was real about it. And he was 100%, man. So I actually ought to say that is, if we don't want to break up the second unit, then what do we do before the trading deadline? What do we do? So that's why I said if it ain't working, we got to try to switch it up and do something. So we might lose a little bit on it, but you know what? To me, I think if you switch it up a little bit, it might help the Knicks. Because to me, it brings a little bit of competitive energy in the first starter lineup. And it might bring if Fournier and Kemba Walker might be more relaxed in the second unit. They might pop. Because you know why? They're going up against second unit guys. Like Evan Fournier would be going up against second unit guys. He won't be going up against starters. Kemba Walker would be going up against second unit guys. They won't be going up against starters. So maybe you bring in some youth, some energy in there. I really think that you should let Cam Reddish start the 3. I just think that's what they should do. You need some athleticism down there. And maybe Leon Rose need to sit down and tell. I think Leon Rose need to just give Tibbs the green light. Give him the green light. Do what you got to do. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the money. Just do what you got to do. I think that's what the front office should do. They should be in cahoots with it. Not cahoots. I'm saying the wrong word. Be together with Tom Thibodeau on letting Tibbs just get these cats. Listen, man. I said, y'all think I'm tripping. I said it early in the year. Start Obi Toppin over Evan Fournier. And y'all guys heard me say that early in the year. He got more size. But now that we got Cam Reddish, I would rather see Cam Reddish because I think, but he got more size. He got more energy. He rebound better than Evan Fournier. He's even shooting. He assisting the ball better than that. Yeah, real talk. I think you got to do that. Yep, absolutely. He said Grimes sees the game so about. He does, man. He really does, man. That dude is competitive. Nick 100, and much as I would want to start Grimes at the 2, I even got no problem with that. Take Evan Fournier. I think you're right. To be honest with you, Nick 100, let Grimes start at the 2 and put Evan Fournier on the bench because they both play in the 2-guard spot. At least we'd be more competitive out there. We'd be more competitive out there. And I keep saying Cam Reddish, I truly meant to say Grimes, because that's the guard. They play in the guard spot. So yeah, if you switch Grimes and Fournier out, I'm good with that, man. I'm good with that. Him and Kemba Walker cannot stay in the Knicks starting lineup to the detriment of our defense. They can't do it. You know what I mean? They can't do it. Yep, Queen Cool. I'm glad you put that out there. Great point as well. The Lakers needed permission from the front office to coach Westbrook, and they does have say because them the ones write the checks. And Russell Westbrook is a $30-40 million player, and he got benched. You got to bench Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker. Take 2 out, put 2 in. I'm glad you put that out there, Queen. Real talk, man, because I didn't even think about that. But Lakers needed permission for the front office to bench Westbrook. They do because, them guys is paying their paychecks. You got to remember, if that's the case, Tibbs could have brought in the guys who he wanted to bring in. But being that they brought Tibbs, not the guy who's bringing in the guys in here, he got to do what the front office say. So I don't think that them guys was ready to do that to Fournier yet. Hell, man, he's $17-18 million. And like I said before, just because you don't start him don't mean he don't play the minutes. I'm not even questioning that. He just don't need to start the game. I've seen Lou Williams them make the same money. I've seen a lot of guys make Evan Fournier money coming off the bench. It is not about just because you're on the bench don't mean that you don't get to play the amount of minutes you need to play. It's just that you're not helping in the starting lineup. So to me, why you sacrificing the team because you can't get down in the first unit? Evan Fournier probably right now in his career, 10 years in the league, he probably better off playing on a second unit against a team who the guy that's coming in is not good as the guy that's already starting. Switch him and Grimes up. Maybe you know what? Because what difference does it make? We losing. We got to try something. So if you put Emmanuel Quickly and Grimes at the 1 and the 2, and let Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier in the bench for now to my man come back, and D Rose, and then you hopefully by the trading deadline all this will be cured. Hopefully by the trading deadline, all this stuff will be cured. It really would. But this is Knicks Real Talk, man. To follow up the morning show. You can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen. That's what happened to the Knicks in Miami last night. You can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen. And that's what it was. And I think Grimes is playing better than Fournier. At least he's going to defend. We won't be a turnstile on defense. Guys, you know what identity is. Come on. The New York Knicks was a defensive-minded team. Tibbs is a defensive-minded coach. Let me ask y'all something. Grimes could do what Fournier doing right now. Can he shoot the 3-ball pretty good? All Fournier doing is shoot the 3-ball and every now and then get to the lane. Grimes could do that with better defense. With much better defense. So why not start Grimes and put Fournier on the bench? What do you got to lose? Kemba Walker quickly can knock down a 3. Am I right or wrong? And he can get through the whole 2, right? So he's doing the same thing Kemba Walker doing. So what's the big difference? You might as well let Quickly do it. He's doing the same thing. You asked him Quickly to do the same thing that we asked Kemba Walker to do. Shoot the ball, run the offense, and Emmanuel Quickly is getting in the lane. He's causing contact. He's knocking down the 3-ball. He's picking up defenders. Kemba Walker not doing that. So won't you just take the 1 and 2 and move it to the bench? And to me personally, that's what I would do. You know what I mean? It's starting to get crazy with that stuff, man. With these guys, they don't got it, guys. Sometimes you're at work one day, at Real Talk, and you're just not having a good day. You just don't got it. I don't feel like working today. It's starting to become regular with these guys. I don't got it today. I don't feel like working. Last night, you shouldn't even came to work. The Knicks starting lineup to called out yesterday. They should have took an absentee day. Really, they should have took an absentee day yesterday. They should have called in sick. The New York Knicks offense, starting lineup last night, other than RJ and Mitch had a handful against and Bam Adebayo. And I got to give Mitch credit. He didn't have a great game coming off that one day because of the ankle. But damn, Bam Adebayo only scored 8 points. But Bam Adebayo had 11 assists. So Mitch Robinson forced Bam Adebayo to have to put the pass the ball back out to his open shooter because you know what? He didn't have it going. You know what I mean? And RJ and Mitch were the only ones who was competitive yesterday. Mitch just did what he could do. And even though, like I said, Bam Adebayo only had 8 points. You know what I mean? But he had 11 assists. And the reason why, because he couldn't get it over Mitchell Robinson. I said that in the pregame. I like, listen, I said that in the pregame. I said Mitchell Robinson's going to make it hard on Bam Adebayo because of his lift and his athleticism. I said it in the pregame, and I'm 100% right on that one. But so, know what happened? But Duncan Robinson was dropping 7 threes on Evan Fournier. He was passing the ball out to PJ Tucker. He knocking down threes. Randall not even covering him. Duncan Robinson getting ramped them up. You know what I mean? I'm like, come on. RJ was competitive against did the best he could against Jimmy Butler. But you know what? That's how it was, man. So you know what? It's time to move on. You know what I mean? Salute to the chat, man. Y'all cats on fire up in here. All your points is 100 on point. Everybody, man. It's just the vent show. It's just the vent show. You know what I mean? I'm Divine. Nick's Real Talk Divine, the vent today. Because you know why? I'm just disappointed in the effort we put together last night. You know what? I don't have a problem with that. Nick 100. My problem is the defense. It's the defense. You know, he getting torched. He got torched by my man last night. I like Evan Fournier, but he get torched on the defense. On the defense, he get burned. He's a turnstile. Drop the token in that turnstile, walk through that thing, and get on the subway. That's Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker. Drop the token in the slot, go through the turnstile, walk right on the subway. That's them two dudes. There's no, they're not stopping nobody. So what good is that? You score 20, give up 25, and you still ain't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. We cannot get caught up because guys can score the ball all the time. If you score 15 and your man give up 27, your plus minus is 12 more points better. Theirs is 12 more points better than yours. Yours 12 points worse. The Knicks was minus 36, minus 27, minus 30, minus 18, minus 34. Why? Because the guy they were playing up against was outshining them. They didn't stop nobody. Why did the second unit was in the pluses against their second unit? Because they were defending. Obi Toppin had 18. Whoever went up against Obi Toppin didn't have that. They didn't have it. So yeah, you look at the their second unit. The only one had it going was Tyler Hero. Everybody in their second unit was in the minus because our second unit was defending them dudes. You know, it's not about offense all the time. You got to be able to stop jokers. Alpha Payton again, Reggie Bullock again. You got to be able to stop dudes, man. You know what I mean? And I get it, but we talking about a different NBA now where God got a lot of energy. They going at it, they going hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's a good point, Cash Out, because all he do is dribble. Because I'm gonna tell you why he can't run a point guard for the Knicks. How many times do you see that dude don't get Mitch on lobs, don't get RJ in a spot when he wide open, he shoots the ball. We got guys like him. We got Alex Burke for that, who shoot the ball, don't pass the ball. You Cash Out James, you're 100% right. He can dribble the ball, but he don't distribute the ball. That dude only be getting 1 assist a game. Look at Evan Fournier's numbers this year. He probably get 1 assist here, 0 assists there. I haven't seen that boy get over 3 assists in one game this year. He's a shooter. He's a scorer. You know what I mean? And I agree with you on that, Cash Out. And I believe anybody can run. I think anybody can dribble the ball and get in the lane and do all that. Can they distribute to guys? Can they get the guys in the right spots? That's a point guard. Anybody can dribble a basketball. Julius Randle can dribble so much. You know, and he's the top assist guy in our team. But I think Evan Fournier is, to me, if he ain't scoring 25 points, he's useless. If he's not dropping 25 or scoring 30, he's useless. He's useless. Really is. And I just think that them two dudes in that starting line need to get up out of there. I just think they need to move on from them. And let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? Because these guys don't got it. They don't got it, man. That starting thought. Can you imagine Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier going up against guys every night like this here? We're gonna get destroyed. We're gonna get destroyed every night. Now watch as Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier go up against Milwaukee Friday. Watch that first quarter. I'm gonna say it again right now today because I keep saying it every stream. Watch that first quarter in a game against Milwaukee. Watch the Knicks be down, go up, they give up 30 points again. They'll give up 30 points again. What happened to Cleveland? 30 points. You know what I mean? And they only lost by 2. 30 points. You can't be giving 30. If 30 points a quarter, then at 120 in the game last night, third quarter, first and third quarter, first quarter, 30 points. The third quarter, 33 points. Who started the first quarter and who started the third quarter? Our starting lineup, our point guard and our small forward and Julius and them. Come on, God, let's be real about this. This Knicks real talk. Ain't no hyperbole. Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Every game them twos play together, they give it up 30 points with the rest of our guys. 0-6 since he been back. 0-5. He, like I said, one game we won, he didn't even play. Come on, guys, it's a wrap. You know, that's why they listen. Boston moved on from Kemba Walker. Oklahoma moved on from him. They bought him out. We just need to bear witness, man. The experiment is a wrap. It's a wrap. That's all. You know what I mean? So let's hopefully we go on to the next game, man, and Friday, and we get it popping down there with try to bounce back some way. And but we do need to shake this thing up. I think it first starts with a lineup shake up Friday. You guys, we need to shake it up. Experiment with something different. You can't, if you're losing, it doesn't matter. You can't keep, like Jeff Van Gundy said, you can't keep going with the same thing. It's insanity. He 100% right. You can't keep going with the same thing if it ain't working. You know what I mean? If it ain't working, then what's wrong with trying something different? You know what I mean? It was trying something different. You know what I mean? If it ain't working, what difference does it make? You try something different. And then, you can always go back to what you did. There's nothing wrong with switching nothing up. You know what I mean? That's just life. You know what I mean? If you buy something at the store and you don't like it, go buy something different. If just switch it up, and it might be better. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's got to be done. The trade deadline is coming up real soon, guys, and we not too far away from that. We're getting close to the trading deadline. I think we got to make some moves. I think Kemba Walker. I think right now, first of all, foremost, Kemba Walker and Alex Burks. I think you can move on from that. Maybe they just need a different change of scenery, guys. It might not be that they bad players. They might just need a change of scenery. Maybe New York is just too hard for these guys. Might be just it might be just a little too hard for them. The pressure, the defense. Guys are not playing it, man. Yep. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's not the answer. It's not the answer. So, salute to the chat, man. You cats have got it popping up in here, man. Real talk, man. I'm glad to see y'all engage and everything like that. Because y'all see what fire I got in me. And it's just passion for the love of the Knicks. I'm a diehard Knicks fan for 50 years, bro. And sometimes you just got to call it what it is, man. It's just not working. You take the good with the bad and the ugly. Last night was good second unit, bad, and the ugly in the first unit. And I'm gonna exclude RJ Barrett because at least that man did come out there and put an effort last night. RJ Barrett tried to do his best to compete. You know what I mean? And real talk. And that's what it is. Yeah, absolutely. So figure and they need to, man. I liked it what I see from Cam Reddish last night. I liked his activity. I like what he did last night. I liked him. I like the way he tried to play defense. He was trying to alter shots, blocking shots, getting up in dudes. I liked that, man. And you asked me, man. Clear that thing, man. Move Burks in for some second rounders. Even if you don't bring in a body, move for some second round picks to give Cam Reddish a spot. Move Kemba Walker for some picks for Grimes could probably become a rotation player. Not when Derrick Rose come back. As long as you got Derrick Rose coming back and Kemba Walker, the two people going to be out is going to be Grimes and Cam Reddish. You know what I mean? Let's think about that. When Derrick Rose come back, who's going to lose their spot? Is it going to be Grimes or Quickly? Because pretty much Cam Reddish is already situational. Because Alex Burks got that spot. So what do you do with these guys when Derrick Rose come back? Or now we're going to say that Cam Reddish and Quentin Grimes, who deserve to play every minute he get, is not going to be able to play because these guys are there? That's not fair. It's not fair. You know what I mean? No matter how you see it, it's not fair. You know what I mean? Absolutely. You know, and real talk, because I think them cats is a wrap, man. Like I said, guys, if they not scoring, they're useless. If Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker not dropping 20-something, they are not a help to the Knicks. And they don't drop 27 all the time more than they get torched all the time. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I think that a Soul fan, I just think that's the way to go. You know, unless you're going to put them in a trade for, you know, some a guy that they would want to take that's going to bring it back, that's going to help the team. But other than that, man, I would just draft pick them dudes. Here, not only that, you clear the salary cap off the books, like Sean Powell said yesterday. You eliminate the salary. You eliminate that salary. Let me put that quote up there for you guys. Who has a better defense in your opinion? IQ hands down. IQ hands down. Because he got more energy. First of all, he got more energy. Fournier been in the league 10 years, bro. He don't got the energy Emmanuel Quickly got. Emmanuel Quickly he got length. He's a lanky young man. He picks up the ball. He picks up his defender right. Watch the game. I mean, the guys, the eye test don't lie. The numbers don't lie. Just look at the game. You see how aggressive Emmanuel Quickly is. You see how aggressive Fournier is. It ain't about favoritism. It ain't about it. Just look at the game, man. That's all you got to do. Look at the game and see how they defend. Emmanuel Quickly pressed guys more than Evan Fournier. Fournier is not a defender, guy. He never was. They brought him in here to score. They brought Evan Fournier to New York Knicks to score because they think they needed another scorer because we was last in the league of scoring last year. They did not bring Evan Fournier here for his defense. I can tell you that right now. They brought that man in here to score. And you know what? When his scoring is not there, why you think the Knicks is losing like they're losing? If Evan Fournier was a good defender, Tibbs would keep that man in there all the time, even if he's not scoring. If you're a good defender, even if your game ain't going good, but you can defend, you still got a chance to play on the Tibbs. Because that's what he do. That's what he is. He's a scorer. I think the reason why Evan Fournier keep getting that burn is because of that money. It's because of that money. They just don't have a way to justify taking that man out of the game right now because he's making $17, $18 million. So, and I think they just kind of like, you know what? We can't sit that man down with all that money. But I think that's the only reason. Because other than that, all you got to do, guys, when y'all get a chance, go through the season and look at their numbers. Look at what Quickly do at his position against his point guard and what his numbers is, and you look at Fournier, what he do against the guy that he been guarding all year. Just forget about who you think he might not. The numbers don't lie. So just go find the stats on both of them and see what their defense ratings are. That'll tell you right there. I don't think y'all even got a debate about it. Go in there and find out what Emmanuel Quickly's defense rating is, and find out what Evan Fournier's defense ratings is, and that'll tell you right there who's a better defender. And I think like Van Gundy, not only Van Gundy, people were saying, oh yeah, Quickly's been playing good defense this year. After he stepped his game, he stepped the defense up a notch this year. So, you know, I think that's what it really is to me, man. Just go look at the numbers, guys. The numbers don't lie. They don't. You know what I mean? Just look at the numbers. And it'll tell you, I seen Evan Fournier get torched many times this year, way more than Emmanuel Quickly. Way more. Matter of fact, you look at the job Emmanuel Quickly did the last game on Darius Garland. Look at the defense game he did against Darius Garland the other day. And the only shot, that one shot that Darius Garland hit at the end of the game that kind of helped him win. But Emmanuel Quickly played my man well the last game. He didn't, and Darius Garland right now is all-star material this year. Emmanuel Quickly made it hard on Darius Garland. Emmanuel Quickly got length, guys. He got linky arms. He stays in front of you the best he can. He's not a turnstile. Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker are turnstiles. God, you got to watch the game. You got to see this stuff. I mean, it's right there in front of your eyes. It ain't like we looking up this stuff, making it up. It ain't like you're making it up. You're looking at it right there. He's a turnstile. And that's what it is, And so I don't know no other way to say it, but look at the stats. Evan Fournier, he's a good player, man. He's a good player, but he's definitely not no Reggie Bullock. He's not Reggie Bullock on the defense. I can tell you that right now. That's night and day. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it is to me. And I get it. I get that Freeman, he's defending the bench player. I do get that. But you play who in front of you. Because some bench players is good. I mean, hey, Lou Williams is a bench player. Jamal Crawford was a bench player. I don't think that got anything to do with it. He was a bench player. Jamal Crawford was a bench player. Let's put some guys who see, just because you're on the bench don't mean you're not a good player. It's just that that suits your game better to be there because the starting lineup, the coach might feel like your starting lineup, the way your starting lineup constructed, is better for you to be on the bench. But I'm not saying the man quickly is a lockdown defender by no means, but he's better than Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's the lockdown defender. His effort is better than them. Come on, God, let's be real. Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier is getting blitzed out there. It's not about him being a great defender. He puts the effort to defend. You know what I mean? He really does. I mean, compared to what's out there now, him and Deuce McBride puts the effort to defend. That's what I'm saying. Wayne Quickly is not no all-star lockdown defender. I get that. But his defense is better than Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker's. That's what it boiled down to. We're not asking this guy to come in there to be Deuce McBride, probably the best defender on the team from that point, but he is guarding better than them guys are guarding. Now don't get me wrong, we had a better defender on the team than that. Emmanuel Quickly won't even need to be there as a defender, but he's playing better defense than them guys is playing. That's all I'm trying to say. Not that he's that great defender. No, he's not. But he's better than them. And I think that's what you do. You have to look at it. Quickly does defend better than Evan, and he does, and he get better as time go on. You can't expect a 2-year young man. Y'all asking Emmanuel Quickly, who was in a year and a half being in the NBA, a year and a half. He was a rookie last year, and he been in the league a half of a year this year. He ain't even been here 2 years yet. So y'all got to give a guy a chance to grow. You can't think these guys are not going to be good. He's getting better as time go on. I think that's what you want in your players. That's what you want in your children. That's what you want in yourself. Get better as you get older, as you get more wiser, as you learn more. You get better as time go on. Shit, man. Hey, Evan Fournier been in the league 10 years. Has he got better? Emmanuel Quickly been in the league 1.5 years. Come on, guys, let's be real. You talking about a dude been in the league 10 years and he ain't at that level yet? Emmanuel Quickly, who only been in the league 1.5 years, is getting to that level. Can you imagine Emmanuel Quickly in 3 or 4 years? He would be better than Evan Fournier by far defensively. And he do the same thing Evan Fournier do. He shoot the 3 ball. Emmanuel Quickly gets to the hole and dribble. He get more assists than Evan Fournier all day. And Kemba Walker. The guy is growing in front of your eyes. So whether you like him or not, he's growing. And we keep saying play the young guy, keep doing that. Well, we got a plan for them to get better. Yeah, you know what I mean? We got to play them to get better. So if you want us to play the young guy, you want Quickly to be better, you want Grimes to be better, you want Obi to be better, Well, that's what it's about. It's about the maturation. Look at Obi last year. Look at Obi this year. It's the maturation, because now they understand the game more. They understand what it is when they get on that floor. They see it now. Evan Fournier been in the league 10 years. Come on, y'all. Kemba Walker been in the league 10 years. They don't see it now on defense. They don't never see it. At least these young guys, they starting to get to see it. And that's real talk right there. You know what I mean? Them cats starting to get it. So you ask me 2 years from now, put it like this here. Last night, Emmanuel Quickly, 7 assists. Nobody in the Knicks starting lineup except for Julius Randle had 4 assists. Kemba Walker, no assists. Evan Fournier, no assists. Emmanuel Quickly, the last couple of games, you seen the way he's been running the pick and roll for New York Knicks? Come on. And so he's learning. He's learning. He's growing. But I think that's what it's about. I think it's about learning and growing and getting better. So, and I think that's what Emmanuel Quickly is doing. Is he the Saban? No. He's better than what a lot of I think the problem is. That's the problem to me. Guys like Fournier and them got their money. Randall and them got their money. So they're not putting in that gallon effort. They don't feel like, yeah, I'm paying me and my family straight. Them dudes like Quickly and Grimes and them hungry. They don't got that money that them boys got. They want to get that money. So they're gonna fight every day to be better. They want to stay in the NBA. Evan Fournier is at that peak where he done hit that 10-year career. Now he's going the other direction. He's on to go. His trajectory is going the other way. Them young guys' direction is going this way. Evan Fournier in them direction is going that way. Kemba Walker's direction is going this way. The other guy's direction is going that way. They going this way because they done been in the league long enough. They got money. They good. They don't got to go out there compete hard. That's what the problem is right there. That's why they don't have to put in that effort and that go hard or fight at me. Like they've been fighting for 10 years. They might just don't got it more at a certain level. So I think that's what it is to me. Give these cats a chance to shine. Get them dudes up out of here, man. Get them up out of here. Bring somebody in who's going to be competitive, who's going to go fight and scrap. Send them to Portland. Send me Robert Covington. Even though Robert Covington 31, but he's a defender. He could knock down a three just like Evan Fournier could do. No different, but he's a better defender, taller, more dog in him, more grit in him. You got to do that, man. You know what I mean? So I think we got to move on. But yo, guys, man, great show. I just want to come in this morning. And like I said, we couldn't take the heat, so we had to stay out the kitchen last night in Miami. Our defensive game wasn't there. The boys punked us. They punked us. So we move on to the next, man. But I'm glad y'all guys came in, man. Knicks Real Talk, the Knicks follow-up post-game. I got to be in here, man, tonight, man, and keep it real with you guys, man, and that's what it's about. No hyperbole. It's real. You know what I mean? Knicks got disappointed last night. They got beat up. So we got to live to fight another day. Now we're going up in there. Now, listen, we're going up in there in Milwaukee against Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. You know what I mean? I don't know if Lopez back or not. Really don't know. And I think you showed for you right there. 11 defense rating, 40 got 14 defense rating, so he playing better defense. And you play who you up against. And so Fournier. The thing with Fournier to me is he going up against some talented young two guards in the league. There's some talented brothers down there, man, out there in the 2-guard spot. So they're young, they're energy, they're athletic, they're quicker, stronger, got more hops. Just all around, man. The 2-guard is a hard spot to play in the NBA. So you ask somebody who's been doing this for 10 years, who don't play with the energy and the athleticism, to go up against guys who got athleticism and can run the floor, jump, shoot and strong bodies. And before you're not built like that. That's why I work for him in Orlando, because he can hang on that perimeter and knock down threes. But now you can't compare Evan Fournier now to the Evan Fournier 5 years ago. That 5 years more wear and tear on your body. It's more 5 years more for wear and tear. You get older, you get slower. That's life, man. Ain't a real. I'm quite sure a 20-year-old dude out running the mess out of me with no problem. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. You get older, you're indie. Kemba Walker's older. He ain't the Kemba Walker 10 years ago or 5 years ago. He's the Kemba Walker now. As you get older, sometimes your body slow down. And I think Evan Fournier going up against a lot of these guys coming in the league, he can't keep up with them dudes, man. So it ain't only Evan Fournier. We just having that conversation because it was about Quickly and Fournier. I just think that Quickly plays a better defensive game to me, effort-wise. He's an effort-playing guy, and I think the more chance he get, the better. Listen, and Soulfinger put up that stat right there. IQ has a 111 defense rating, and only a year and a half in the league. Fournier got a 114 defense rating. He's been in the league 10 years. So is he going to get better? IQ got a chance to get better on defense. He only a year and a half. He got a chance to become better. Evan Fournier is not going to get better. He is who he is. 10 years in the league, and you got a 114 defense rating against a young man who's been in the league 1 year and a half and got a defense rating of 111. Emmanuel Quickly still got a chance to prove his defense. Evan Fournier can't. He done. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. So, and I think that's the difference. I just think that Kemba Walker, he was one of the better guys taking charges in the league, him and Kyle Lowry. But now that his knees is feeling some type of way, he might not be that dude who can take charges all the time like he used to. So that might be different. And I just think we got to bring some youth energy in that starting lineup. You got to bring some energy in there. And it's not, and I just think they'd be better on the bench. That's just my opinion. I think the New York Knicks are giving up 30 points in the first quarter all the time. So if Randall Fournier and Kemba Walker is not providing that defense the way they need to, RJ play defense. Mitchell Robinson plays defense. Whether you think that it's top notch or not, they play defense. So that's not the issue. The issue is that backcourt getting torched all the time. It's a problem in New York City, guys. Alpha Payton wasn't allowing that. Come on. Alpha Payton was not allowing the point guard to run up in the lanes like that last year. He wasn't. Alpha Payton was not letting guys penetrate like that. He might couldn't shoot the ball, but he wasn't giving up that on the defense, and that's why our defense was up at the high echelon last year. Think about this here. Prime example. R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson was pretty much part of that starting lineup last year with that great defense. Am I right or wrong, guys? Randle, R.J. Barrett, and before Mitch got hurt, was part of that Knicks good defensive team last year. Why that defense is not good this year and them the same players? What's missing? Reggie Bullock and Alpha Payton. Randle, Mitch, and RJ was part of that great defensive team we had last year. So what makes a difference this year? Figure it out. Figure that one out. The two players you took out and the two players you put in. Now our defense went from top 4 in the NBA to bottom feeders. The New York Knicks defense. Middle of the thing. We was willing to sacrifice a little bit of defense, but we wasn't expecting it to be this bad. But so I just think that right there to me just tells me a sign of all that Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker is one of the main reasons why our defense is not there this year. They can't stop nobody. Reggie Bullock was defending the best wings in the league last year. He went up against the best wings in the league last year. Alpha Payton went up against the best point guards in the league all year long, and them cats was competing. So, I think that's what it is to me. Facts, Soulfinger. Absolutely. Y'all see that Soulfinger quote? That's 100% right there, and that is an actual fact right there. And Randall being in his head and lack of effort is another issue for real. Yep, absolutely, man. But that a game like last night, somebody put something interesting. I think it was with my man being on Knicks MSG 11 with Quasi, whatever his name is, him and Monica. Now he put something. Sometimes it takes a national televised game like this here to wake you up and change something. The calls change. It takes a game like last night, the calls change. And he 100% right. Sometimes it takes a game like last night to make the calls change. So you guys got to figure out Do you want to keep going this route, letting Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker stay in there, or try to switch it up a little bit? We got to do one or the other. And I know we don't want to break up our starting lineup, our second unit, but right now you might have to do that for this thing to get better. You got to have to sacrifice something. So we might have to sacrifice a little bit of our second unit to mix with the first unit to see if this thing can get a little better. Because if not, then I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do if we don't take that we don't take that chance of switching this thing up. You know what I mean? We had to do that one way. And I do think that we got to switch it up a little bit because we can't keep going this route. It's just not going to work out. Not going to work out. We're going to wind up being 20, 23, and what, 30 before you know it. Then we be 7 games under 500, and then the sky going to fell out by then. So we got to switch this thing up, man, and try to get better at what we do in New York. Find identity. And like I said, until we get Derrick Rose back, or until we trade for another point guard, what options do we have? You got to try to give quickly a go at it. And you give him a couple go for 2 or 3 games, and if it don't get no better, you can always snatch him back out. I mean, we're not saying quickly is the answer, but quickly probably better than what's going on right now. That's the point I'm trying to make. Quickly might not be the answer for New York, but he's better. He's about the best we got right now compared to what's going on right now without Derrick Rose. Yep, because yeah, absolutely. So figure. I was thinking the same thing the other day, man. Buy him out. You know what I mean? And then you know what? You do that to me. If you get Evan Fournier, Burks, and Kemba back out of here, now you seem like you back at square one. Because the 2 guys you brought in, they no longer here. So you almost still got that same team of last year. And then you just got to bring in a couple of guys who can do things that they probably can do better. Hey, hell, see if Dallas Mavericks want them. We already got the Dallas Knicks anyway. Trade Fournier and then Kemba Walker for Reggie Bullock and Brunson. I don't know. You know what I mean? Something. And Luka Doncic to have a shooter. Fournier is not a bad player, guys. He's not a bad player. He's just not fitting what we do. Let me make that clear. Evan Fournier is not a bad basketball player. He's not. He's just not fitting what the Knicks need him to do. That's all it is. Sometimes you just don't fit the team that you're on. You know, maybe in Orlando was different. Maybe he worked better in Orlando because he fitted that team. I don't think he fits this team because that's not identity the way he played. It took a gamble on it, and it didn't work. There you go. That's a good one right there. Trade Kemba for Ricky Roberts. Yeah, it's true indeed. Trade him for that aspiring. That's all. That's all you got to do. And I think we're gonna be all right, guys. Let's see how this thing going on Friday. We're going to Milwaukee. We'll see how the Knicks going to pan out down there. It's going to be a tough game, man. You know, I'm usually Mr. Optimist. Even you know what? When Friday when I do the pregame show, I'm going to still going to put a prediction that the Knicks going to win. That's just what I do. I think when they play hard, they can beat anybody. When the Knicks play hard and they play with effort, they can beat anybody. They got the talent. It ain't like they don't have talent. Evan Fournier is a talent. Kemba Walker is a talent. But if they're not playing up to that talent level, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I think they got talent. I just don't think that they got the right talent, and the talent is not doing what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? He just don't fit with us. So, 100%, my brother. He don't fit with us, man. And there's nothing wrong with admitting that. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. You guys, he just don't fit us. Reggie Bullock fitted us because he didn't rely on the basketball in his hand. He played defense. He let Alpha Payton and Julius Randle and Artie Barrett get in their groove. He'd be standing in that corner waiting to pop that 3. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker is just too much scoring and no defense. You know what I mean? So it's definitely it is what it is, man. But like I said, these last couple of games, we've been losing 6 games. We done played 1 and 5. Kemba started 5 of them games. We lost every one of them. The game he didn't play, we won. Numbers don't lie. They don't lie. Evan Fournier, look at his numbers lately. Remember he had that good stretch? Look what happened the last 5 games. Evan Fournier hadn't been doing nothing. He had a one good week that he did pretty good. The week after that, he hadn't did nothing. Then prior to that, he was sticking up the joint for the New York Knicks. Was really sticking up the joint. So, so it's his inconsistency as well. Only consistent dude right now is R.J. Barrett. And Mitch's been playing better. Double-doubles, being more aggressive. And I give Mitch a pass from last night. He had a hard matchup last night against Bam Adebayo. But he held it down on the defense end. And believe it or not, Mitchell Robinson scored 7 points, 10 rebounds in 29 minutes. He had the lowest minus in the Knicks starting lineup last night. Mitchell Robinson did. He was a minus 18. Everybody else was 34, 30, 27, and 36. Mitchell Robinson was minus 18 yesterday in 29 minutes, 3 for 4 field goals, hit a foul tech, grabbed 10 rebounds. He still almost had a double-double yesterday because he had the lowest plus-minus on that whole starting lineup yesterday. That's why I said R.J. Barrett and I think R.J. and Mitch played the most. You know why Mitch had the best, one of the best plus-minus yesterday? Because he did not give up. He did not let – he scored 7 points. Bam Adebayo scored 8 points. No, actually, Bam Adebayo scored 6 points. 6 points. He outscored Bam Adebayo and basically out-rebounded Bam Adebayo. But Bam Adebayo, Bam Adebayo had 11 assists yesterday because Duncan Robinson was letting Duncan Robinson run him up. That's why he had 11 assists. Julius Randle was letting P.J. Tucker, out of all people, run him up. So Bam Adebayo game, I told y'all in the beginning of the game, the pregame yesterday, that Mitchell Robinson would shut that man down because he got length. He shut Bam Adebayo down last night. He only had 6 points. But then Bam Adebayo had to get that ball out of there because he couldn't do nothing with Mitch in the middle. And I knew that Mitch's size was going to affect him because Mitch got size, he got athleticism. So it makes it hard on guys because he's a tall guy and he can jump as well. You know what I mean? And I think that's real. That's facts right there. It's real talk. And I like the way Mitch played last night. He couldn't, don't get me wrong. Bam Adebayo was an all-star, a handful. But Mitch played him well. But, he made Bam Adebayo have to get that ball up last night in the paint. 6 points, guys. Come on. Mitchell Robinson had a good game from a defense standpoint because he forced them guys that had to not go in. He had them force them guys to shoot on the perimeter when he was in there. And then when Todd Gibson come in, it was different because Todd is not a defender, from the rim defender. That's why we mentioned Noel last night. I was disappointed when I knew Noel couldn't go last night. Because I knew that at least with Mitch go out of the game, you bring Noel in, Noel can defend that rim. And it keeps the other team honest. So we didn't have that last night. So, it is what it is, man. But you know what? We're looking forward to the next game. We're going to go down here in Milwaukee, man, and try to get a W and get back at it. And keep hope alive, man. That's all we can do. But I'm hoping by then that we make a lineup change tomorrow. I would love to see that. Who it is, I don't know. What they do, I don't know. I hope it's somebody other than Alex Burks and Kemba Walker. I think they should do it. And what Tim do it or not, I don't know. But I think they should do it. Try it out, man. Just try it and see how it goes for 1 or 2 games. You can always go back to the status quo. You can always turn around and go back the other way. You can always do that. But then you got to try something. You got to try something. You can't stay like Van Gundy said. Staying the same way is insanity. And that's coming from one of the better coaches in the league who know basketball. To keep doing the same thing you're doing is insanity. Absolutely. Soul Finger. That's exactly right, man. So try to change it up. Try to change it up tomorrow, and try to mix it up a little bit for 1 or 2 games. And you can always go back to Kemba Walker. You can always go back to Evan Fournier. You can always. It ain't like you trying to tell them to do this but see if it works out. Because let's say if it popped tomorrow. Let's say Evan Fournier had played better in the second unit. Then maybe they found something. Let's say Grimes is in the first unit, defending in the beginning of the game, and it's slowing the other team down. man, let's say quickly in there, getting more assists than Kemba Walker and Alex Burks, and he's helping facilitate the defense a little more. Try it. That's all. And if it don't work, then you go back to the other way. Plain and simple. That's basically that's what it is. So, you know what, guys? I know I'm ranting on for 2 hours, but great show, man. You know, like I said, I just want us to get in here and be able to talk this stuff, man, and let you guys share your thoughts and get your opinions out there, because it's important that we do that. You know what I mean? That we get to you guys keeping it real up in there, man. And that's real talk. And Akuma said Bucks gonna take it out on the Knicks tomorrow. Cass smacked them around last night. Y'all better be prepared to run. I can understand that very well. And then they might get that tomorrow. They might get that tomorrow. They might get ran up out of there. But I just think that if Kemba walking out and Fournier didn't start that game tomorrow, it's gonna be worse. They don't got no answer for that, man. They can't stop nobody. Look at the games. Look at the game, the 110. Look at the game. Look at the Knicks defense when Kemba Walker's not in there. And matter of fact, I'll throw that up there right quick to prove a point to y'all. How I think that is affecting the team. The Knicks in the last 6 games that he's been playing, we've been giving up 100-some points. Other than the game against Cleveland, and he had effect on that game. Yes, sir. Yo, but listen, you guys be good, man. Absolutely. I appreciate you as well. D-Nice and everybody. Shaw Powers, my man. Salute. We get it popping tomorrow, man. Pre-game. Knicks got a late game tomorrow, guys. They playing in Milwaukee. I think that's a 10 o'clock game tomorrow. So that's going to be a late game tomorrow. So, you know, I guess about 8:30, whatever, we get the pre-game popping and all that good stuff, man. And we get it in there. And I really do, man. But you got to be easy, man. Have a great day. Thanks for coming into the follow-up post-game, man. And we got to live to fight another day, God. Disappointing game against Miami last night, which the outcome could have been different, you know what I mean? But we live to fight another day. And no matter how y'all do it and what y'all thoughts and ideas, man, y'all keep it honest, keep it respectful. Don't hate on each other because it's just difference of opinion. I mean, but don't hate on each other, man. We don't need no time for all that. We going to agree to disagree, you know, and all that good stuff, but keep it honest and keep it fair, man. And realize we all Knicks fans, we want the best for the team. We put these thoughts out here because we want our team to be good, and we get disappointed when we're not playing a certain way. And I'm quite sure every fan that's up in here and every other chat want our team to do well. That's just the bottom line. But you know, unfortunately, it's not working like that right now. So we'll get it turned around. I'm confident in that. But young guys, they're a great show. Thank y'all for coming in, man. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel, support the channel, man. Let's keep it popping. You know, I'm always going to be up in here for you guys. Y'all know that, man. I'm an 82 gamer. Win or lose, I'm in the building. You know what I mean? Win or lose, I'm in the building. You know what I mean? And we just keep it moving. Appreciate y'all guys, man. Soul Finger, D. Ross, Akuma, Shaw Powers, D. Nice, Nick 100. All you guys, man. Let's get it popping, man. And we move on to the next game and all that good stuff, man. Cash out James, my man. Salute to you as well. All you cats, man. Sexy Lopez, whoever came in the chat, salute you, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button as well. Nakoro, you make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. Come be a part of the family always and everything, man. But good dialogue overall. Good dialogue. Fabian, my man, salute to you as well. Like I said, man, we all Knicks fans here. No matter what. Kevin Teller, my man, salute. Good seeing you, my brother. Salute to you. Everybody keep it popping, and we move on to the next one, guys. You know, that's all it is. From one game to the next one. Hopefully, we have a better bounce back game against Milwaukee in some way, and try to shake this thing up a little bit and see if we can get better at what we do. You know, it's a long season, but it's starting to come upon. We getting close to that where we getting over the halfway point. We over the halfway point actually. And salute to my man Robert Woodward, Rob for coming in. Real talk, and everybody, man. Great show. I love everybody. Unique, a lot of peace to God. Appreciate you coming in today, and everybody, man. Y'all go out there and have a safe day. Enjoy your day. Just be safe out there, man, and get back home and get it in there. Worldwide L, salute to you. Appreciate you. Queen Steph, thanks for coming in today, supporting the show like always, as you always do. Will, my man, out there in Colorado, salute to Will. Nigel, salute to my brother Nigel. All you people, everybody, man, thank you a lot. Knicks Real Talk. We about to get out the building, man. And Frank Mato, salute to you. Hey, Frank, man, I know you was down at that game, man. I wish it would have been a better outcome for you, man. You went to see the Knicks get it popping last night, and they didn't come to play. So hopefully you have a better outcome next time. But salute to you, Frank. Thanks for always coming in. My man, White Falcon 44. Thank you. Real talk. Yo, man, let's get it, man. I see you guys tomorrow, man. Tomorrow night, y'all look for the notifications and all that good stuff. And we get it popping tomorrow, man. And we try to hopefully have a better feeling about it. But it's cool. This was vent day. Knicks couldn't take the heat, so they had to stay out the kitchen. Knicks follow-up post-game show. Let's hopefully we had a better outcome tomorrow, man. So to the chat, everybody streaming in at the time when you were streaming in from, thank y'all for coming in. And I'll see you guys later, man. Peace. Yo, salute everyone. Y'all have a great day, man. Enjoy your day. Y'all be safe out there, man. I'll talk to you cats on the next episode, bro.